How you can tax the people? Is it a fair tax?
How do you feel about that? The fact that they're bringing the GST? What's your position on it?
Well, I suppose you have to bring in instruments to raise money for the administration of the country. But is it a fair tax? This is the question that we want to raise. After all, we have a very low tax base, as a country. Less than I was telling John the other night. John was surprised. It's about less than 1 million people are paying tax out of a 26 million population. So you can't go on heaping the burden on the people.
Why is that? Why is that such a low base? I mean,
well, I suppose people never thought of building resources in order to ensure that there is enough revenue coming in and over a longer period on the expanding tax base. 1.8 million comprised of those who submit the forms but not pay tax.
That's right. A lot of them actually get they even get the taxes returned to them.
Yes.
A lot of them are not.
Yes.
They don't.
So basically about 1 million only that pay tax.
That's right. Is that because of the fact that there is such a high income inequality gap that a lot of Malaysians?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Number one, the gap is widening, and number two, I think the income level in real terms has not increased. And with the problems we experienced in '98, that exacerbate the complex problems that we are facing today. And the planning side was not done properly. That is to expand this tax base in order to bring the people to the higher income plane that we have not succeeded doing.
Because of the fact that we got oil and
That's it. We are over relying on this easy source of income, and we think that that is not going to end. But we're going to see that the income from this source will just disappear in a short period of time. GST will affect the consumers, and those people with a big family will bear a heavier burden.
4%.
I do not know what is the rate they're suggesting. Well, they just mentioned, but I don't think they have concluded, in their exercise.
That may not be 4%.
May not be, depending on how much money the government wants to raise. Even today, you read in the papers, Najib said, by imposing this RPGT tax on properties in a period which is resold within 5 years, they have already lost $200 million in the expected revenue from this source alone. I don't think they are going to take things lightly if they are really in need of additional revenue. So therefore, coming to GST, if they are going to introduce it, it's purely because they want to supplant the revenue that is not forthcoming, or revenue which is fast being used up, or depleted. Like I said, the burden will be on the poor. Why are you going to bring that in now, when the economy is still not growing? We are not sure of the future anyway. The whole world is like that today. Yeah, have we done enough for the people? You're talking of the widening gap, income gap, and problems of poverty still there. Don't pretend that we have solved the poverty question. We have not. You look at Sabah, Sarawak, Kelantan, Terengganu, and some parts of, even in the urban areas, you find a lot of poor people. And with the rising costs of living.
Perlu difahami bahawa sebilangan keluarga di bandar yang berpendapatan rendah kini sukar untuk memenuhi tuntutan kehidupan seharian.
I think it's not going to be easy. Look at our exchange rate. our ringgit is so much depreciated, compared to even our neighbors, even with Thai bahts. We have depreciated against the Thai bahts. People who went to Makkah recently have complained. They said the ringgit has depreciated against the rial. Well, I like to repeat the same old problems, corruption. That's one. Security. Number two. Number three, I think education. And number four is the economy. These are big issues,